Hello, Mark here, and today we are going to take a closer look at Destiny Gundam, the main Gundam from the anime series Gundam Seed Destiny. It is piloted by Shin Asuka, and here is the box. A cool box art with the wings of light, and I can say that this one has the best aesthetics in HGs, and this kit has been released on the year 2019. So, without further ado, let's start the review. Let's go. So, here's the Destiny Gundam snap build without panel lines. And first, I want to say that I really like the head on it. If you see the tears, it really reminds me of the guitarist of Slipknot, Jim Root. He has a mask that is similar to this one with tears on it. So a very cool detail. So like most of my reviews, I always start with the articulation of the kit and I always start from top to bottom. So of course, let's start with the head. So the head moves this far up, this far down, and side to side. It can rotate 360 degree, but you have to somehow pull up a little bit of the head so that it can move 360 degree like that. So the head is on a ball joint, so moving it shouldn't be that much of a problem. So the shoulders have a movement, though it's only up and down. There you go. So the arm can rotate a 360 degree, though we have to, of course, remove the wings here for a minute. It can rotate 360 degree there. Has a rotation on the upper arm, a double jointed elbow here. It has a rotation on the forearm, and the wrist is on a ball joint, so it can rotate no problem. It has an ab crunch and a back bend, so a pretty good amount of ab crunch there. A very good part separation on the chest or the torso. I think it's for the belt, so a very good detailing by Bandai there. The waist is being limited by the skirting armor, so it can't rotate a 360 degree rotation. So front skirt can move up and down. By the way, you can separate it. I just didn't do it because there are cases that it might not fit once you cut it in the middle. And the side skirt can move up and down a little bit and a side to side movement. Sadly, the back skirt here doesn't move at all. It's static. The hips is on a universal joint, though the side skirt is limiting it for the splits. So in order to do the splits, you just have to move the side skirts forward like so, and then you can do the splits. Some cheerleading poses, you know. It has a swivel here on the upper leg part. It has a double jointed knee. Some ballerina mina poses again. And I like the color separation or part separation on the side skirt and on these knees. So a very cool details. And there are some details that is screaming for panel lining. I just didn't have the time for now. Also on the torso, a cool details. It's like the vents. On the foot, it's on a ball joint, though being limited the 360 degree by the ankle armor here. So this feet moves this far up, this far down. It has a middle crunch on the feet. I don't know if that's what it's called. Let me know in the comments if you know. And a little movement on the thrusters on the back of the leg. There you go. So for the wings, let's put back the wing here. So it can spread just like so. That's the movement that the wings have. Also, it can move forward and backward just a little bit here. On the backpack, there is some storage unit. It's for the high energy beam cannon and the Arondite beam sword. And it has a decent amount of articulation. It's like so. And the thrusters on the back, there's a little articulation, move up and down. Now that we're done with the mobile suit, let's start with the gimmicks and weapons. Let's start with MX2351 Solidus Fulgur Beam Shield Generator. It's on a clear blue plastic. So for it to be stored on the Gundam, first you have to take off the yellow plastic here on the hand. So I'm just gonna take off the hand. Take off the yellow plastic here. And then attach the beam shield. And then reattach the yellow plastic here. Just like so, and then put it on the Gundam again. There you go. Just like that. Next is Palma Fiocina Beam Cannon. Beam cannons equipped on the palms. You need to replace the hand with this extra, wherein there is a hole there to place the beam cannon. Just like so. There you go. Next is the Arondite beam sword, consisting of beam blade and a physical blade. So here's the beam blade of it. It can also be folded and stored in the backpack. But first, let's look at the beam effect of it. So in order to place the beam effect, you need to spread out the handle or the guard here. And then attach the beam effect here. Just like that. A big sword and somehow medieval looking, right? So in order to store it on the backpack, you need to first remove the beam effect of it and then fold it. Also the guard here, you need to fold it. Once folded, you just have to align this plastic here on the backpack. for it to be stored. Just like that. Next is the high energy beam cannon. A very big weapon. It can use some panel lining, as you can see, to make the details pop up more. So it has a side handle here, and it can also be folded and stored on the backpack of Destiny Gundam. Next is beam rifle. I like the design of it, though it is more like a typical beam rifle. I just love that there are moving parts like the side handle here and the crosshair up here. Next is the Flash Edge 2 beam boomerang. So in order to equip it, first you have to take off the upper part of shoulder armor, the white plastic, and there is a hole here wherein you will put the beam effect or the boomerang. Just like that. So it's a very good weapon, not just in long range, but also can be used as a melee weapon. Next is the shield. So it is expandable, meaning it can be longer and shorter. So in order to do that, you just have to pull down the lower part or the lower segment of the shield. Just like so. Lastly, the best gimmick, and I think this really adds up to it being one of the most beautiful HG, is the Wings of Light here. So, fortunately, the HG comes with the set of Wings of Light, unlike the RG that you need to purchase separately, I think. So it is a really great addition, and even though it is in a small scale, I think because of the Wings of Light, it really takes up a lot of shelf presence. So in order to put the Wings of Light here on the Wings of Destiny Gundam, of course you need to spread both of the wings, just like so, and then put them in. There are guides, or there are plastic, and there are holes on the wings. You just have to perfectly align it, just like so. There you go, like that. So a very cool gimmick, and yeah, like I said, it really takes up shelf presence. Why not? Both of them, let's attach it. Just fit it perfectly in order to attach it, and be careful because it's one of those brittle plastic. There you go. Before I forgot, this kit doesn't have a base adapter, so in order to place the action base, there's a hole at the bottom part of the crotch area, like most of the HGs. So I think that's it for the review of Destiny Gundam. So if you want a smaller scale that will take up the shelf presence, definitely go for this. Do not settle for the RG, because there are comments and reviews about the RG that it's flimsy, And the HG is somehow sturdier and more stable. See that? And maybe some of you are gonna be asking if it is back heavy. It's not. So it can stand easily, just like that. It's not leaning over, right? So that's it for the review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Collect toys and good memories. Thank you.